Okay, so a bit of introduction about myself. So that's me. I'm one of the cybersecurity awareness trainer for Brewster. And these are all my credentials. I have mostly cybersecurity awareness related certifications. I'm also not alone today. Today with me, I have my facilitators, Farid, he's the lead cybersecurity awareness. And we are also assisted by Katie, or also known as Khadija, Ida, and also Nomi. So if you guys have any questions, you guys just ask in the Q&A chat box, and then they will help answer it for you guys. Okay, so before I begin again, let me introduce to you about my workplace. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Cybersecurity Brunei. So it's recently established, not recently, it was established 2 years ago, back in August 2020, and it's under the Ministry of, it's under MTIC. And under Cybersecurity Brunei, we have a Brunei Computer Emergency Response Team, which I represent that service today. And then followed by National Digital Forensics Laboratory and also the Cyber Watch Center. Okay, so before I begin, what is software? To those of you who just joined, I'm sure you guys have questions like, what is software? Okay, we listen to that word like most of the time, like install such a software to use this software. But what exactly is software? Right? I'll just keep it simple. So basically, software is just a program. It's just a set of instruction to perform a certain task. And then basically, program is something that you install to your computer. So, but what makes it so different between software and app is that if you install software to your computer or to your laptop, we usually call it as a software. But if you install the software into your phone, into your iPads, normally people usually call that as an app or applications. Okay, so by the end of the day, both software and apps is something that you install to your devices, but it's still the same function. Okay, so I'll give you an example of software. So basically, these are the examples of software. Like, for example, we have Microsoft Word. If you install Microsoft Word to your computer, we call that as a software. But if you install Microsoft Word to your phones, it's known as apps. Okay, the same thing like Candy Crush. If you install it to your phone, even though it's a game, but it's still a phone. It's still a software. Okay, it's still something that you install. So yeah, Candy Crush. Google Chrome is basically a web browser. Again, you install that to your devices. Again, also antivirus. And then we also have iTunes. You listen, even though it's entertainment, but still it's a program. And then we also have Angry Birds. I'm not sure if you guys ever played Angry Birds back then. It's still my favorite game. And then there's also Facebook, the app, and also a YouTube app. If it's on the web browser, like you have to go to like www.facebook.com. That's not exactly a software. It's basically a website. Okay, so Facebook app, YouTube app, it's something that you install. So basically, that is a software. Okay, moving on. All right, so software ni ada banyak jenis lah. Just like the normal software, like we have Excel. Okay, we also have games. So that's the different types of software. But today we're going to learn about the different types of the bad software. Okay, software yang jahat. Okay, there's actually a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on the major ones that is often reported to Brussels. So we have different types of bad software. The first one is malware. And then we also have a spyware. And then we have the adware. And then we have the ransomware. There's actually, like I said tadi, banyak jenis software. I'm just gonna focus on the main ones. Yeah. So let me draw something. How do we do that? All right. So so basically malware, spyware, adware, and we also have the ransomware. So where the you see here, it's where. So it's still a software, okay? It's short for software. It's still a software. It's still something that you install to your devices. But what makes it so different is that the the the, the letters in front. So we have malware here. So it's malicious software, okay? And then this one is the spying software, followed by the advertisement software, and then followed by the ransom software. Okay, what are these softwares? I'll explain it further later. But basically, it's in the name. It's something that you install to your devices. Okay, so I'll proceed to the first one, which is malware. Okay, like I said today, malware is basically short for malicious software. Okay, so what makes it different than other bad software? We see the front letters, okay, malicious. Okay, so basically the intention is this software, the intention is to design or corrupt ataupun gain unauthorized access to your computer system. Okay, so that is the intention. Malicious software, it has malicious intent. Okay, so there's a few examples of malware. Okay, under malware, there's like different types. Okay, all right. So the first one, we have a virus. I'm sure virus, like if you say virus, everyone knows what is a virus. Okay, so it's quite a common term when it comes to cybersecurity. Not just COVID-19 virus, but computer also has its own virus, right? And then we also have worm. Okay, in Malay, some people, there's a direct translation for it is a cacing. Okay, and then followed by Trojan. So these three, okay, the intention is to corrupt the computer system. Okay, but what is the difference between these three? All right, let's focus on virus. So let's focus on virus. Virus here, okay, so it's still a malware program, okay, it's still a malicious software, okay. However, virus requires human intervention. When I say human intervention here, is basically a click, okay. In order for this computer virus to activate, it requires human intervention such as a click, okay. If you don't click on that one, it will not corrupt the computer system. All right, so the next one, let's learn this one. Worm ataupun cacing, all right. It's completely different than virus, all right. I mean, sorry, it's quite the opposite than virus, even though the intention is still the same, is to corrupt the computer system. But for worm, it doesn't require human interaction, all right. This one is basically automatic, all right. Once it's installed to your devices, it will automatically corrupt the computer system. And then last but not least, when it comes to malware, we have Trojan. Okay, basically Trojan it often disguised as a legitimate program. Okay, so like for example, Trojan. Okay, when you download, let's say you download Microsoft Word from a dodgy website. Okay, you thought it's a Microsoft Word, but apparently it's a Trojan. Okay, you download, install it to your computer, but it's actually a virus. All right, but that virus is just using Microsoft Word's name. Okay, so basically it's a disguise. Okay, so now we know the difference between malware. Now let's proceed to the next one. So earlier we learned about malware, spyware, and then we have the adware, and then followed by the ransom software, okay? Now we learn about spyware. So malicious software, the intention is to corrupt the computer system. But when it comes to spyware, the intention is to basically monitor your activities. Okay, so the definition here, software that enters a user's computer, gathers data from the device and user, and then send it to third parties without their consent. Okay, so basically, once you accidentally install spyware to your device, okay, all your activities or all your data will be sent to a third party or will be sent to a hacker. Okay, so I'll give you an example of a spyware. Earlier, for malware, it has the examples of like virus, worm, and also Trojan. Okay, as for spyware, the most popular, there's actually a lot, but the popular one is the keylogger. Okay, keylogger can be a software, can also be a physical hardware. Okay, for this one, I'm not sure if you guys can read. It's a bit blurry, but you can see this person typed chat.yahoo.com, and then that person pressed enter, and then that person typed Mike, and then that person typed enter, hi David, let's skip school tomorrow. So basically, keylogger is whatever you type on your device is being sent to your is being sent to a third party or a hacker. Okay, so this one is actually quite useful. So for example, quite useful for the hacker. So for example, you type in your username and then you type in the password, so that information will be sent to the hacker. So this is known as a keylogger. So there's a different types of keylogger, but the popular one is a software type of keylogger. Okay, the next one, example of spyware. Okay, this is basically this person. Nampak kamu tak? Orang itu tidur ah. So what happened here is that this person accidentally installed spyware to his or her, I think it's a her, yeah? So this person accidentally installed spyware to her device, and then she is not aware of it. And then the hacker has access to her device through the spyware program. And then the hacker, basically what we can see here, the hacker basically switch on the victim's webcam. And then basically we can see the hacker can see whatever the victim is doing. So for example, the victim is sleeping, and then the hacker can see that the victim is sleeping. Okay, so this is another type of spyware, often used by hacker. So this is why we basically recommend you guys to what do you call this? Put a sticker on your webcam, okay? To basically just close your webcam. Do not open them unnecessarily, okay? Now the next one, okay, earlier we learned about malware, and then we learned about spyware, and next one is we learned about adware. So it's basically short for advertisement software. So advertisement software is actually quite common. So as a software automatically display or download advertising material, such as banners or pop-ups when a user is online. Okay, this is quite common, especially back then. There's like pop-ups or banner popping up. So that's basically an advertisement software. Okay. So here you go. That's an example of pop-ups. Okay, pop-up is a promotional material that displays on top of your content in order to capture users' attention quickly. So back then, like if you go, even today, like if you go to a dodgy website, right, and then you want to watch videos, there's always these pop-ups, right? They always try to catch your attention by doing these pop-ups. Okay, so so that is an advertisement software. So the intention for advertisement software is basically to advertise products to you. Okay. Now the next one is ransomware. Okay. Ransomware is actually quite dangerous, right? It's a type of malware that employs encryption to a victim's information at ransom. Okay, to make it simple, I'll show you a demonstration on ransomware later, but to in a simple term, okay, basically ransomware, if you guys install to your device, okay, all your files, and then when you click it, all your files and all your folders will be locked ataupun encrypted. And the only way for you to get your files back is by paying ransom to the hacker, all right? And then this hacker, they often ask for ransom in the form of Bitcoin. And there's also a countdown timer, all right? Usually in 48 hours, you need to pay the ransom to the hacker. Kalau indah, all your files and all your folder will be we call this will be gone forever. Okay. So here is an example of ransomware. Okay. So this is like in the 90s or early 2000. Okay, they often use this FBI or like basically US government logo, and then they try to scare people. Okay, they said your computer has been locked. You need to pay this amount of money to this address. Okay, and then the next one here is the WannaCry. I think that is the WannaCry. So WannaCry actually WannaCry is quite popular in 2017. It affected UK's health system, the NHS. Okay, so someone accidentally activated this ransomware, and then the whole, almost the whole system, the health system in the UK, like went down because of WannaCry. All the patients' files and folder locked. All right. So the only way to retrieve that back is they had to go back to their backup or go back to the patient's file manually. Okay, there was this one case. This hospital got attacked by WannaCry, and then at that time, the doctor was in the middle of a surgery, and at the time, the doctor also relied on computers, like to look at the patient's record. But then WannaCry happened, so they had to like resort everything to manual. Okay, so this is the dangers of WannaCry. All right, so like I mentioned just now, WannaCry, ransomware, they often give you time. Like for example, I think this is 2 days, 23 hours. So basically, like I said just now, within 48 hours, you are required to pay Bitcoin. And then the hacker even give this address. So or if you want to use Bitcoin, you have to pay to a person to their wallet, okay? And they use it address, okay? So this is the wallet's address. So you need to pay, I forgot how much they need to pay for this Bitcoin, but yeah, you need to transfer Bitcoin. Then they will give you the key to unlock the files or folder. Okay, moving on. So we learned the different types of bad software just now. Like I said, there's a lot of bad software, but the most common ones is malware, spyware, adware, and also ransomware. Now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so what devices can be affected by bad software? Okay, people often have this misconception. Katanya, only computer boleh dapat virus. Or there's also another popular misconception is saying that only Android dapat virus. MacBook na dapat apa tu. Windows saja dapat virus. iOS na dapat apa. So that is actually quite a misconception. Today, it doesn't matter what is your operating system. You can still be affected by bad software. Okay. So what devices can be infected by bad software? Okay, like I said, your computer, doesn't matter, MacBook ataupun Windows ataupun Linux can be infected by virus. And then mobile phone, okay, doesn't matter, Android ataupun iOS still can be infected by virus ataupun spyware. And then tablet ataupun iPad, even wearable devices, okay, even your IoT. So these are the devices that can be infected by that software. Devices and also the operating system, it doesn't matter, okay? It can still be infected. Next one. how can you get that software? So this is again, how can we get these viruses? Okay, so again, quite common, this type of question. So of course, you can get that software by downloading suspicious software, application, ataupun files. I'm not sure if you guys still use torrent. Okay, most people download a movie pakai torrent. Okay, let's say for example they want to download the latest movie. I'm not quite familiar with movies at the moment. Let's say they want to download Marvel movies. So of course they thought it's a Marvel movie, okay? Tapi sebenarnya it could be a Trojan, okay? Dorang pikir dorang download movie, but apparently it's a Trojan virus, okay? In the background, if you activate it, it will corrupt your computer system. So be careful of peer-to-peer file sharing program, especially torrent. The next one is people open spam email attachments. So often people receive email from someone, basically a stranger, okay, and often with a file attachment. So even though it looks like a PDF file, tapi if you take a look closely, apparently the extension is .exe. Apparently it's a program, okay? You thought you download a PDF, but apparently you accidentally download a virus. Again, next one is visiting malicious website, like basically dodgy website. All right. And then again, downloading files from file sharing program. Like I said, the torrent. Okay, so next one, how can you get a bad software? Okay, this is quite popular. It's called drive-by download. Okay, let's read the definition here. Basically, is the unintentional download of malware to your computer or mobile device. It happens when you visit a website. Okay, so for example, you basically, for example, you're on your computer ataupun you are on your phone, and then you visit a website. Okay, usulnya macam biasa saja. Tapi apparently in the background, okay, the website itu automatically download all this bad software, all these viruses, all this spyware. Okay, what you did is you just visit the website saja, tapi apparently in the background ada kena download all those stuff. All right, so here you go. Here's the summary of a drive-by download. So basically, the user clicks on the link lah. So for example, this user clicks on a link, receive an email, and then that email said click on this link. So that user click on that link, and then that user is redirected to a malicious website. Kali apparently arah that website, usulnya macam biasa, that user macam dia tahu lah what's happening kan. Apparently in the background, malware is automatically downloaded to user's computer. So you need to be careful lah. So whenever you receive an email that said go to this website, okay, click on this link. So you need to be what you call this, you need to waspada selalu, right? So this is also another form of phishing, right? Phishing, also using this type of concept, all right, where user click on the link and then it is being redirected somewhere. Next one. How do I know my device has a bad software? So this is also another common question. Okay, sebenarnya banyak pula simptom-simptom terkena malware, spyware apa ni, tapi I'll show you the most common one. So the symptoms of your devices terkena bad software. So the first one is unfamiliar messages or notification. All right, you guys keep on receiving this type of notification you're not familiar with, and then balik-balik terima message and you're not familiar with it, but the hell you guys never like subscribe to it or never like log into it or something like that. So unfamiliar messages. The second one is device performing slowly despite the high spec. For example, dia punya RAM tu 32 GB. Okay, dia baru beli that PC. Tapi the device is performing really slow. Okay, so it could be salah satu ciri-ciri that computer is infected with bad software. The next one is the device keeps on crashing. Alright, selalu crash saja. Baru tap sedikit, baru kan switch on, hang dia macam tu. And then the next one is the folders ataupun the file is often modified ataupun deleted. So for example, you name this file ABC123. Sekali the next time you switch on your PC, bertukar dia namanya jadi XYZ. Okay, so that could be the reason, one of the symptoms lah, that your devices is infected with a bad software. Now the next one is that I did not put it in, tapi I'm just gonna mention it verbally lah. The next one is that the symptoms is that let's say for example your internet quota lakas habis. Okay, well could be pasal banyak apps lah running around in the background, tapi kadang-kadang it could be because of this bad software juga. They are using up all your data so that they can send the information to a third party software. Okay, so pantau-pantau lah juga quota bis kita. Okay, so how can I protect my device? So how can we protect our device? How can we protect our phone? How can we protect our computer? Okay, even our smartphone. I mean, sorry, smartwatches. Okay, so the first one is that, hold on, sorry, there's a bit of a hang at the moment. Okay, hold on. Okay, so how can I protect my device? Okay, of course, the first one is you install genuine software or applications only. All right, like I said, if you want to download Microsoft Word, jangan download daripada torrent. Okay, you download from what do you call this, Office 365 or Microsoft.com. Okay, so you need to trust this. You need to download from trusted sources ataupun legitimate website ataupun official sources. Okay, you can also download from App Store and Google Play. So if you download from App Store ataupun Google Play, the chances of you downloading a malware ataupun spyware ataupun that software is actually quite low. Pasalnya this App Store ataupun Google Play, they already macam vet for you. They already filter it for you. Of course, every now and then there's like news macam they basically mislook lah barang itu apparently macam the app on their app store apparently ada malware macam tu. Sometimes ada mislook lah by them. Tapi of course the chances of you downloading malware from App Store or Google Play is actually quite low. The third one is avoid third-party stores ataupun website. Okay, for example, you want to download apps, okay, just download from either App Store ataupun Google Play saja. Jangan download from a dodgy third-party software. Okay, there's also like people, especially Android, okay, they sometimes download .apk files. Okay, so you need to be careful of .apk files. And then so the benefits of using genuine software ataupun apps is because there's a reduced risk of malware attack. Reduce the risk pasal it is supported by these official sources. So if there's an update, they will let you know, and then they will like basically do the security patches for you. And then of course it can avoid data leakage. So again, how do we protect our devices? The next one is, of course, backup your data. Backup your data on your devices. So how to, there are many ways to backup data. The first one is to upload data securely to the cloud. The cloud, Ani, is actually quite a sensitive subject. You can use the cloud, okay? However, do not upload confidential documents to the cloud, all right? And then the next one is you need to transfer data to other media such as hard disk, drive, ataupun to your computer, to other computer. If you want to backup data, like you want to backup your computer, jangan simpan all the data on the same computer. You need to put it on a different location, okay, or on a different storage. So benefits of backing up is basically it makes the process of transitioning. Basically, if you want to transition to a new device, okay, from old device to a new device, senang bah, okay, and followed by it ensures your data stays with you even if the data is lost ataupun stolen, okay. Like I said tadi, macam ransomware, okay. Once your file is ataupun folder is locked, cuma akan dapatkan balik. So usually people refer to refer back to dorang punya backup. Alright, because we do not recommend you guys to actually pay the Bitcoin arah hacker nya. Number one, Bitcoin ni, well, even though the market is crashing, tapi Bitcoin ni is still mahal lah. Okay, so it's not exactly accessible in our market lah. And then the second one is that hacker ni kadang-kadang once dibayar, kadang-kadang diamnya mana yang bagi mana yang unlock tu kami punya files ataupun folder. And then the third one is ada pulang hacker yang melayan kami, tapi once you bayar, let's say you bayar 100, that hacker will again email you, bah minta 200, minta 300, so you ended up paying lah banyak. Okay, next one, how to secure your devices from that software. Alright, so make sure you update your software ataupun operating system. Okay, the importance of software update is make sure it's updated with the latest features, and then it is also protection from the latest security threats, and also fix bugs and also protect your data. Alright, so like I said tadi, don't forget to install antivirus. When it comes to bad software, okay, antivirus is one of the effective tools to fight off this bad software. So benefitsnya is you scan your phone for malware, okay, and then protect you from the latest security threats, and then it will alert you to any cybersecurity related problems, okay. So of course the main question, okay, banyak orang tanya ni, what type of antivirus should I buy? Okay, we would advise something like this. Maybe you need to download original ataupun genuine antivirus. Okay, jangan yang fake jangan di-download dari torrent. Okay, and then make sure that antivirus is well known and reputable, and then make sure it's high ratings and also good reviews, and make sure it is frequently updated. So there's a lot of people antivirusnya canggih saja, mahal-mahal dibelinya, tapi hindi pernah update. Okay, so how can your antivirus recognize the latest viruses ataupun malware if your antivirus hindi pernah update? Okay, so don't forget to update your antivirus. All right, so let me show you screen. Okay, so basically, if you want to purchase, okay, so what I do is that for this one, if I want to install antivirus, all I have to do is just Google the best antivirus, okay? Because different people, lain penggunaannya, and it will require different brands of antivirus. So we cannot recommend you a very specific antivirus, kan? By the end of the day, it depends on your usage. So what I do is I would Google the best antivirus, and then there's like a list of antivirus here, okay? Like I said, antivirus ni tiap tahun macam could be like, for example, last year Trend Micro nombor 1. This year Trend Micro could be nombor 2. Okay, so people can change lah antivirus. Like for me myself, like last year I used Norton, this year I use Kaspersky, macam tu. So tukar-tukar. Depends on mana satu yang bagus, and it depends mana satu yang latest. Okay, so you can even go to a reputable website such as PC Mac ataupun CNET, and then they often give you like the best antivirus software, like for example like this one. Sorry. So for example, this person, see, best antivirus software for 2020, and then you can see Bitdefender, McAfee, okay, WebRoot, and then you can even see the reviews and also ratings. So there you go. That's how you get the which antivirus is best for you. Is up to you. Okay, tapi remember, make sure it's genuine, make sure it's well known ataupun high rating ataupun reputable, and do not forget to update them selalu. Okay, how else can we avoid getting a bad software? Okay, so the first one is remember, like I said tadi, jangan sekali click on suspicious links. Okay, especially when you receive an email from an unknown person lah. And sometimes they even imitate kadai, nama kadai, okay? And then they said, go to this website to shop or something like that. So be careful when clicking suspicious links. And then next one, make sure your operating system is selalu updated. And of course, don't forget to update your firewall. All right. Firewall is usually it's automatic lah on your devices. Okay, you can just go to your settings, type firewall, and then you can just take a look at it. Okay, you can enable or disable it, but just in this case, just enable saja lah. So again, cover your webcam. Cover your webcam. Of course, it doesn't protect you 100% lah. Ha? Of course, macam hacker can still hack your devices. Okay, tapi if you cover your webcam, maybe it will lower the chances of you being recorded. Okay, so for example, like this one. So, ni ada berjual di kedai. Okay, last I saw dalam RM4 lebih dalam 3 butik. Ada kali di mall tu. So you guys can have a look. Okay, this is usually how a webcam cover yang the official one looks like lah. Huh? But there's also another one. Kalau mau budget lah, huh? You guys can use plaster. Some people use notepad. Okay. Well, there's also other stickers like for example sticker, I don't know, macam-macam lah sticker. But I would personally like pakai plaster ni is because of the sponge di sana. It will not make my basically it will not make my camera look sticky lah. Okay, next one. There's also a webcam cover for your phones. Okay, it's quite small. Some people, for me personally, I don't cover the front ones lah. Kadang payah selfie. Okay, next one. So let me show you a demonstration on how ransomware works. Huh? Okay, let me switch on the ransomware. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can see the screen di sini. So imagine today, imagine kami ni Windows user lah. I'm sure when some of you guys are MacBook user, but today we are Windows user. Tapi remember, both Windows and also Mac OS boleh tekan ransomware. But in this case, today I'll just use Windows because it's a lot cheaper. So imagine this is your what do you call this? Imagine this is your desktop. Okay, you have let's say untuk your work lah, you have a strategic plan. Okay, the deadline for this report is esok lusa. And then you also have a client list. You have the phone number, apakah, all the details di sini. And then you have a folder which contains confidential items. So imagine you want to listen to music, so you click on Google Chrome. Okay, and then it goes to this website. This is just an example website. Okay, so imagine you go to this website and then you want to listen to music. So it says here, top 10 lo-fi song, okay, and then it says here, free download. Okay, since it's free, of course, I'm gonna download something free, okay? So click free, here, free download. Okay, I'm gonna, so it says here, top 10 lo-fi music. So I'm gonna click save. Okay, oh, the download sudah, laju downloadnya rin ya, laju internet rin. So I want to listen to music. So of course I'm going to click on this one. All right, so this is quite common actually. So most people, let's say for example, we have a new phone. Sekali kami baru install, for example, we baru install app Instagram. So often when you open Instagram for the first time on your new phone, there's always this pop-up asking, allow access to camera, allow access to location, allow access to contacts. So most people, they just click yes, 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 because they want to use the app. So it's the same concept here. Because I want to listen to the music, I just click yes. Okay. Tadi I download .mp3. Tapi if you notice the program here, bertukar je namanya. kbs.exe. .exe is usually software. Tapi because like human error lah, we just click yes without reading. Okay, so like for example, we click yes when it comes to terms and conditions. Okay, so it's the same concept. So I really want to listen to the music. I just click yes. So apparently it's a ransomware. So at first I thought it's a .mp3 file. I thought it's a music file. Tapi rupanya I accidentally download ransomware. So that is usually how ransomware masuk to our devices. All right. So like I said tadi, ransomware, they usually have a countdown timer. Okay, in this case, dia bagi 3 jam saja. Normally, dia bagi dalam 24 jam lah. Sorry, 48 hours. And then there's also like Bitcoin address. Di sini katanya you need to pay. Kalau hindi, your files will be gone forever. And then they even give Bitcoin address. And then it says here like all the files tadi itu. Sekali all the files tadi itu I can open it kan, tapi because I accidentally install ransomware, terlock je. So there's no way I can get all these files back unless I pay the hacker. So the best way for me to get back all these files is for me to refer back to my backup. Okay, make sure backup itu is on a different storage, not from the same computer. If it's on the same computer, kali kena ransomware, then it's useless. All right. So I hope you guys understand. Okay, so just close this. If you guys have any question, do not hesitate to ask around the Q&A chat box. If we have time later, I will. Okay, so let's go back to this slide. So tadi we learn about how does ransomware works. So let's proceed to the next one. We're actually almost towards the end of this what do you call this webinar? Right. So what can you report to Berset? There's many things you can report. Like an example, infected computer infected by bad software, such as malware, spyware, adware, ataupun ransomware. You can report that to Berset, followed by malicious website, macam tadi, drive by download. All right, you can actually report that to Berset as well. And then hacked email accounts. Let's say, for example, your Gmail ataupun your YouTube kena hack, you can report that to us. You can also report phishing. Okay, like I said tadi, phishing, yeah, it's almost similar as drive-by download. And then there's also business email compromise. That's a different topic. Usually it's for corporates ataupun companies. Social media, for example, there's a profile in someone imitating your profile. Okay, so you can also report that to person. And then we have website defacement. And then we also have cyberbullying. And then you can also report denial of service. All right. All this you can report to us through email. It's reporting@bruset.org.bn. Ataupun you can call us at 245-8001. Ataupun let's say, for example, you have a screenshot you want to share with us. You can even WhatsApp us arah 71707666. You can contact us. It's 24/7. Okay. Most of the time we give you advice. Okay. So apart from that, we also have a website. It's called, if you guys want more information, okay, so you guys can go to www.secureverifyconnect.info, and then yeah, we have plenty of resources sana. We have poster, ada banyak video. You can even listen to our there's a link to our podcast. You can even listen to that one.